Hello. I hope you're doing well. It's been little more than a month since we've uploaded the first episode of Game Dev Tales. It's been a fun journey, but also a really busy and stressful period of time for all of us. So we took a break and went to a summer cottage together. We ate, played board games, enjoyed the outdoors, and slept. It was fun. It was really relaxing. We've also started to look for a physical place to work together, either a private office or a co-working space. Since the pandemic seems to come to an end, we're all really excited to finally have a place of our own where we can work together. We've only visited one place so far, so we're just getting started. And we've been doing some smooth deving, mostly visual updates and setting up some deving tools. So that was our month. Here's Game Dev Tales episode 2. Game Dev Tales episode 2.
Today we're going to be talking about the tighter gameplay loop of Sally, because in the first devlog we've talked about the metaphor, we've talked about the higher level concept of Sally without really getting into details as to how it actually works in the game. So we're going to answer and talk a bit about that tighter game loop in this episode.
Sally is a ship full of orphelins brought by two lovely grandmothers. Their goal is to bring those kids to a new place, a new land where they can settle.
Why don't you tell us about what does a normal day aboard the Sally look like and feel like?
Okay, so when the player first starts their game, they enter the Sally, and the first thing they do is create their own personal avatar, right? So they create this preteen 12 to 14-year-old kid that'll be their playable character throughout the game. And once that's done, there's a tutorial part that we haven't figured out yet, of course, and at some point the player will start their day-to-day life aboard the Sally.
So hopefully, if we've done things correctly, I guess there won't be such a thing as a normal day in Sally, but let's say you wake up and you decide to do things, and those things are a mix of things you have to do and things you want to do.
The Sally is a smuggling ship, which means it'll take jobs, but it also means that you'll have to maintain the ship. One concrete example is that Sally's main engine sometimes plugs up, and eventually you'll be able to upgrade it, and it won't clog up as much, but until then you have to take care of it. And there are visual signs that it'll be clogged up eventually, so you have to act on those signs and actually take time to repair the engine once in a while, or oil it, or whatever.
Alright, so something I'm getting at is the tasks are kind of separated into two categories. One part is tasks that have to do with maintaining the ship, like a day-to-day life thing, and the other types of tasks are related to more jobs or quests, if we talk in like gameplay lingo. So I want to ask how these tasks are, how do you keep track of those tasks?
Okay, so the thing we want to try with this is something kind of inspired from the auction houses in MMORPGs. So the idea is to use a Kanban board. It's kind of board where you put on task to do, and anyone can just pick on this task, do it, and then change the category on the board to mark it as completed and stuff like that.
So you've got a Kanban board, and you can see the different tasks, and then kids get to choose what tasks they want to work on. And what's cool about that is that you can see, like, of course, which tasks you picked, but also which tasks some specific characters picked. So if you want to help someone, you can just go take a look at the board, see what their tasks are, and then go lend a hand if they're willing to accept your help.
So I guess we can see the task organization as sort of a bounty board, and the tasks as like those kind of bounties, or I guess we could say a notice board. So we've talked about tasks that are more about maintaining the ship, but now I want to hear about what jobs entail.
When we say jobs, we need to see them as jobs like a smuggler crew. We said the aspirations had One Piece as the first reference that we had, and I guess for the jobs that would be Firefly. We thought about, for those who don't know, this is a series about smugglers that you need to watch. What is really fun in this series is how the smugglers always live unexpected adventures based on the jobs that they take. So the jobs are kind of like the big quests for the ship, the ongoing quests. So the jobs will be varied, and that could be like you need to take, like we said earlier, you need to take animals from one place to another. There could be someone needs you to find a special place where he wants to retire, so you need to find the place and resources and then take the person and travel them to their destination. There could be we need, like, you could be just simply transporting goods or messages, information, stuff like that, or you can have passengers, like many stuff like that.
In addition to like a notice board that is more like the global tasks hub, there would be more personal tasks requests that other children could make, either to you or to other children, that sort of play into that loop of task completion, but isn't like publicly available to everyone, and plays more into the relationship dynamic.
If we put task on the side for a second and talk just about like the random things like a kid wants, like, I would like someone to do this. Can you do something for me? And that would be not related to the board and the task per se, but that's something else we thought you could do. I don't know, you need something, you have a hard task to do and you need like a potion to be better, to be more efficient, and you have a potion maker as a friend, so you could go see that friend and just say, can you do me a favor? Can you make a potion for me? And that's like specifically asking that person, and the outcome of this would be more related to your relationship as opposed to just a task that anyone can pick up.
So you've mentioned the kids' aspirations that need to be completed before you reach the end goal of the Sally. I'd like to expand a bit on the aspirations, what they represent, what they are, and how they interact with the gameplay loop.
So the idea behind aspirations was that we thought there should be some kind of mechanism for the player to work actively towards a goal inside the ship that isn't the ship. It's been used in Sims, but it was also a really interesting part of One Piece. If you haven't watched it, I don't suggest you do, it's too long. But one really cool part about One Piece that really creates this feeling of surrogate family is that each and every one of the characters want to help each other accomplish specific long-term goals. And we wanted to take that dynamic and put it in our video game, because it's a game about community, and I think One Piece is a good example of a good surrogate family, basically.
The way I see the aspirations is it's one of the way to like know that the journey is over, that everyone did what they wanted to do. We didn't want to have like an arbitrary end that's just like, oh, time's up, bye-bye, and you cannot play anymore. And like the aspirations are a way for every kid, every member of the crew to just say, yeah, I think I'm ready, I think I did what I want, I became what I wanted to become. And on the part of the player, it's gonna be just the player confirming, like, I'm ready, like I did what I wanted to do.
So that is about the that's, I guess, a good summary of the gameplay loop of Sally, just performing tasks, maintenance, jobs, all in the goal of getting kids to fulfill their dreams and getting the ship ready for that final journey.
Amazing. Well,
Like a wrap up.
Dis bye bye.
Oh, that's the wrap up.
Dis bye
That's the
bye.
wrap up. That's
Oh oui, oh oui.
Cette série croquée pour
what a beautiful